if you've been trying to improve your life and you just keep running into these walls, whether it's inconsistency or a lack of motivation to give that effort that's needed, or just you're stuck in a plateau and a rut and it seems to be going nowhere, right? Then I have something that is going to absolutely change your life. And there's 3 different main points that I'm going to bring into this video that will change you and how you look at life and how you look at the art of improvement. Okay. My name's Andrew. If you've never been here before, I make content all about focus, productivity, and just living a happier life. So if you're about that, click the like button, subscribe. It would mean a lot. And if not, that's okay. Now, I was struggling for years to improve, right? I've covered this multiple times at this point on the channel, but I was struggling for nearly 2 years after I found self-improvement to actually implement the principles and make a change. And there are a lot of reasons for that, but a lot of them I've only discovered recently. And the underlying reasons as to why I was never able to remain consistent in certain things, right? Why I was somebody who would get really excited about something, right? Go really hard on it for a month or two, and then pick up something else and completely drop the other thing, right? Like I had shiny object syndrome to the max. I could not pick a lane to stay in and improve. And that hindered my consistency, obviously. But it also made the lack of results feel hard to actually give that effort. So I'm just going to go through actually what helped me overcome these barriers, because I know that they will help you. And recently finding out some of these things, they're going to help me tremendously in the future, and they already have started just this week. So first and foremost, you're too judgy. You are way too judgy. And I don't mean this in the way that you probably think you do, that I do. We just, as people, right? I know you do it, I do it all the time. We judge things 99% of the time just automatically based on our preconceptions of how we think things are going to go, how we think they should look, how we think they should behave, how we should conduct ourselves, what we should be doing. And all these shoulds, right? All these things that we think should be a certain way, a lot of the time they're not, okay? A lot of the time the experience differs from the expected should, and that leads us to, more often than not, think of something negatively, right? Think of the person who sees the transformation TikTok, right, for somebody's gym journey, and they go into the gym thinking that they will get super shredded and super jacked within a couple months just because of that video, right? They think, 2 months, I can get there. And then after a month in the gym of not seeing that drastic change, because of their expectations, they judge that the gym isn't working for them, their routine is bad, whatever it is, when they could be doing perfectly exactly what they should be doing and eating healthy and doing everything right. It's simply just the wrong expectations, and that caused you to make a judgment, right? We do this from things as big as that, right? As big as the gym itself, to little things like how people should look, how people should dress, and we judge immediately. And more often we take note of the negative. It's just ingrained in us, in our society, to focus and point out those details that subvert our expectations in a negative fashion, right? The person you see walking down the street who's dressed funny, and you're like, oh, I don't like that, you know, what are they wearing? That person's got to be weird, right? Instead of just looking at them, seeing another human being and being happy for them that they're able to express themselves, right? You have to stop looking at everything that you do in terms of just dichotomies, right? In terms of there's just two sides and it's either good or bad, and that's that, right? We have to stop making judgments in general just as good or bad and just start accepting things as they are. Because when you do that, when you just accept the process for what it is, you actually allow yourself to get into the process. And that's what is going to make you happy long term, is enjoying the process to the destination, right? So the destination is great, right? The destination is great. It's a good motivator. And it's something that you can use to just really quantify like what you're going for, right? But what is going to get you there? The process, right? The process is going to get you there. And if you're not happy during the process, then all that effort is going to be wasted, because you're not going to be happy with the payoff. Like, genuinely, if you don't enjoy the way up, you are not going to be enjoying your time on top, right? So you have to, as much as possible, stop judging things as good and bad. Stop judging things as good and bad for reading, right? For your own reading performance and how often you are reading. Just take things objectively and see if you can do things better in a grand scheme of things, right? But don't just label yourself immediately as failing or doing that or crushing, right, your reading habit, right? Figure out where you are and just observe it from a neutral standpoint. You do that for the gym, do that for your diet, and just observe everything naturally. And this is just going to allow you to better make the decisions that are going to put you forward, going to put you ahead. And it's also just going to allow you to stop injecting negativity into your life where it just doesn't need to be. Because these little things, these little nitpicks, these little judgments add up all throughout the day. And they bring down your mood. And it's ultimately a reflection of you. It's a reflection of you wishing that you had something that that person has, some sort of confidence, or you have some sort of insecurity within yourself that is causing you to make these negative judgments onto other people and other things in your life. When you stop judging, you start being secure with yourself and just observing things for what they actually are, it'll go so much easier, and the effort is going to lighten up, right? It is not going to feel as taxing to go and do a hard lift and stay on your diet. It's not going to feel as taxing. It's just going to be what is, and you're going to enjoy the process of it, right? You might not love the fact that you're restricted in what you can eat, but you can enjoy how it makes you feel. You can feel the change in your body, feel how you are performing physically, mentally, and you can relate those positive things to the diet aspect of it itself, right? When you do this, it makes effort seem to just fall to the wayside, and it makes enjoyment of the process natural and easy, and that's what you're going for. And now, to talk about effort, right? With regards to effort specifically, when we have desires, right? Our goals, long-term, short-term, whatever, our desires, and it requires effort to get there. Whether you want to be the top of your sports team, whether you want to read 100 books by the end of the year, whether you want to hit a certain weight, whatever the goal is, there's going to be a certain level of effort to get there. And what you really need to do to mentally reframe everything and really help make the process natural and enjoyable, right? That is the whole key goal of this, right? Is to allow you to continue being consistent easily, effortlessly, and make your way through whatever you have to do. Right? But whenever you have a desire, instead of focusing on the desire, instead of focusing on the want of being there already, right? The want of being at that destination point, because that's ultimately like what initially sets you off, right, on your journey, is to want to be there. You have to realign your relationship with the desire. And instead of being in a state of desiring, right, and wanting, go put your ego aside, and be in a state where you know the desire is coming to you as long as you execute, and you're just going to allow the desire to unfold into your life. You're going to allow it to come in, and just allow yourself to be a healthy person, right? Allow yourself to be the person who goes to the gym every day, and allow yourself to be that person who has a six-pack, right? Allow yourself to be financially free. Allow yourself to be the best reader that you know, the smartest person that you know, right? And when you think of your desires like this, you are going to act like that person. You're going to start becoming that person. Because instead of just hyper-focusing on the end point, you are being the person who essentially already has it, right? You're being the version of yourself who already has it, and naturally, by doing the things that the person who has it does, you will end up at the outcome. Except you are not going to be stressing and worrying and craving that outcome the whole time. You're going to be enjoying living and just crushing the process. You're going to be smashing through your goals, your plateaus, because you're enjoying the process and you're having fun with it, and you're actually living life with joy, not just a series of check boxes, because ultimately that is going to lead you to nowhere. It's going to lead you void, empty. Because people who made money the focus of their entire lives, at the end of their life, right, they have more money than they can ever spend, and they end up alone with no one to spend it with, and way too much time on their hands to just sit around and be sad because they didn't prioritize the right things in life. Yes, you got the money, but you didn't have fun on the way there. You didn't prioritize your relationships, and you didn't take care of your health, right? There are so many other aspects in life that you just have to allow yourself to be the person who has what you want, and allow yourself to take inspired action, right? That is when effort turns into non-effort, is when you think of your desire, you just allow yourself to be that person who already has it, and then you go and carry out your day and execute like that person. And the more you do this, the more you think that way. It's going to take practice, okay? All of this is going to take practice. But the more you think that way, the more you engineer yourself to think in terms of your desire already being there and you just allowing it to unfold, you are going to just actually become that person naturally, and less often have to remind yourself, right? Less often have to actually practice allowing it to just be. You are just going to be able to wake up and just be that person. And that is when you're going to find a lot of happiness and contentment with who you are. That's when insecurities are going to start to fade away. And that's when progress is going to show its face, right? That's when you are going to actually be making progress, enjoying every single step of it. And you're not even going to be focused on the outcome anymore, because you know that what you're living day to day is more important than what one day eventual goal getting hit is. Okay? Please seriously take this to heart. All right, if you want more like this and you actually want to get deeper into this line of thinking and what it truly means, there's so much more, and I highly recommend. This is generally from a book called Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Wayne Dyer, and you can find the free PDF online, or you can go order it. But it is an amazing book, and if I found this book at 16, I would be so much further ahead than where I am now. So if you're interested in that and you want to just learn how to actually live life nearly effortlessly and have fun and enjoy the whole time while you do it, I highly recommend reading that book and trying to apply these principles, right? The book has actionable steps the whole way through. So just keep trying to improve every day. Keep trying to be that person who already has it and is just allowing yourself, or allow yourself to be the person who gets that desire right to them, who draws it into them, right? Who naturally obtains that desire because you are already being that person. Right? Do these things, life will feel easier, less stressful, and you'll have more fun during the stressful times, for sure. If you want to work with me, click the first link in the description, and I'll help you with anything about focus, productivity, and your mindset. And with that being said, I hope this video was valuable, right? If it was, like and subscribe. And as always, right, thank you for watching. I love you, and stay blessed.